Hi everyone. Pauses, breaks, we all need them, we know they are important, and yet we so often forget to take them. They are important for our visitors, our audiences, our users as well in our storytelling and our interpretation experiences, and we need to become much better at incorporating them as part of the experience. When we take visitors through a story, an experience, the pauses are just as important as the experience that they're going through and that they're participating in. There are various ways of incorporating the pauses and really taking them into consideration when creating experiences, and I thought we should have a look at that in this video. So how can we create pauses in our interpretation and storytelling experiences? Well, first of all, think about your physical spaces for rest. How can you create a physical space, even if it's just a chair, a bench, places to sit, places to have a drink, to socialize, to sit and reflect? So the physical space, first of all, is where you are also giving your visitors the impression that this is for rest and this is where you can actually physically pause. Encourage reflection in your interactions. So ask questions or set tasks where the pause or reflection is part of the story. And it becomes part of the story to actually slow down, maybe physically, but also mentally as you go through the storytelling or through the interpretation. Where can you pause and reflect? Where can you pause and compare, for example, or pause and talk? That's very much part of the experience as well. Create social spaces. I did a video about social spaces in museum and heritage sites, and I'm going to link to that and put it in the description below. Social places are wonderful physical spaces as well in museum and heritage sites where you can create room for pauses as well and for having those breaks that might give you a bit more energy to continue the story. Also, your communication methods and your platforms. Now, if you're constantly asking people or your visitors to read or to only take things in through visuals, for example, and never through anything else, never using any other senses, you're asking a lot of them and they become tired. They will experience museum fatigue very, very early on in the experience. So make sure that you alter the way you communicate and the different platforms that you use for communicating. And that brings us to avoid the common pitfalls for museum fatigue. Now I'm going to link to the video I did about museum fatigue because it's a completely different but very, very important chapter of creating museum experiences. And there are lots of things you can do as a museum or heritage site to try and avoid museum fatigue. Also as a visitor, and the video will talk more about that. Now, remember also to give your experience the freedom to change and the ability to be changeable and flexible, because you will discover along the way that there are things that work and things that don't work so well. And it's very hard to take every little detail into consideration when you are developing new experiences because they will be new. So your visitors will take to them differently as well. But your ability to adapt and to change and to be flexible can make or break your work. So it's very important that you think about where can I change my interpretation and storytelling experience as it goes along and after it might have been put up and when it is in progress. And where can I incorporate pauses where they make sense after I've actually done the work? Because a lot of the time, pauses, breaks, will make more sense when you know the majority of your storyline. So have a think about where you can be flexible. This is very much part of creating really good and also really useful pauses and breaks as well. How do you go about incorporating pauses and breaks in your interpretation or your storytelling experiences? It would be really, really great to hear about some of your examples and what worked, what didn't work. And as always, if you like the content of these videos, please remember to like them, subscribe to the channel, and add your comments below.